How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and we are here to discuss the Phoenix Force team. Now, this team is amazing. My first impressions are they actually exceeded my expectations. When the Undying team first came out, where was Zombie Iron Man and Hela, Zombie Iron Man was that hit-based character where you didn't really need any investment in him. Then you could throw so many characters with them and make that modular team, make it to however you want it to beat whatever it was that you wanted. This is a huge callback to that, which I really enjoyed. The testing I ended up doing for the Omega Red was a 2-2 for round 1. I upgraded him to 3-3 and then 4-4 that you see here. I wanted to try to see what the hotspot was for it to where it felt good. With everybody that was going against, they were all 7-7 on the test server, so you do have to take that into account. The 2-2 was actually doing some work. The 3-3, I definitely noticed the jump. The 4-4 felt like a totally different character as far as the survivability, the damage, and what he could do. So you definitely want to try to aim for that 4 stars in the Kiln Tower event. I would say if you get the 3 stars, though, I don't think you're going to feel bad about it whatsoever. For ISOs, I did do the Striker for most of the testing. Unless I was in stage 1, then I did switch him over to a Raider. Phoenix, I had it as a Skirmisher. I wanted to see if I can take advantage of that Striker Skirmisher combo. I really wasn't able to, though. Turn 1, I end up starting off with the special, obviously. This is going to end up doing the offense up to the team. And this part here is actually backwards. If you're in Crucible, it's going to do the reduction of all positive effects first. Then it's going to do the trauma, bleeds, and ability block afterwards. So that is definitely good to know. I did bring that up to the devs as far as saying, hey, I think this block of text needs to go before the attack, because he does the reduction, then he does the attack with the negative effects applied afterwards. Turn 2, you're going to end up doing the ultimate here, where you're going to end up doing that flip. And by that time, the match is pretty much over. So you're really not really working on the basic as much. If you do, Phoenix is killed off by then. But honestly, Phoenix feels really good as a standalone character, to where I really didn't care if Phoenix ended up dying. That was just a bonus depending on the type of matchup I was playing into. Now, for the Awaken ability, where it does the damage, reduces the max health, that you can see right here, that didn't come into play as much. So I don't think that this Awaken ability is going to be like game changing for you. It's just going to be a nice luxury for you to have. The passive, though, having it to where your team is safe from traumas outside of Crucible and everything, to where it's Phoenix and Dark Phoenix on death transfer, everything except for this. In Crucible, reduce the duration, and then where is it at? Right down here. So in Crucible, if this character has Phoenix or Dark Phoenix ally, this character and all allies cannot gain trauma. This was amazing, and the enemies not being able to gain safeguard is amazing as well. So this is huge, and I like how it's not tied into the Awaken ability. The Awaken ability is just this portion here, to where lower the armor of all enemies with bleed by 100%, lower resistance by 50%. This is fine. Lowering the resistance definitely helps. Lowering the armor so they take extra damage, that's fine as well. Especially since the damage that Omega Red does, it's not piercing. So I do understand why they didn't make it piercing, because he has that ability. So you can bring characters in like, say, Old Man Logan, or you can bring characters in like Nightcrawler to pair with them. That's a little team I kept trying to throw in here, so I take advantage of like a Marks for Money team. Now, as far as how this team performed in War, I do want to give a quick discussion about that. I wanted to try and maximize our investment as far as characters that we use. I was trying to plug in like Nightcrawler, Storm, and some of the Immortal X-Men like Jean Grey, and then certain matchups I would slot Cable in there to get the extra speed. That team actually felt pretty good. So if you did invest in your Immortal X-Men and you're more of a War player, using your Immortal X-Men that way works really good, because Immortal X-Men as a War team definitely is lacking. They're not as great as I would have hoped to where we can really utilize them, but having them slot in with the Phoenix Force team does really work pretty well. The main reason for that is Phoenix's passive right here, to where are you at? Right down here. X-Men allies gain that 15% damage and 15% max health. So that's why I wanted to try to utilize the Extreme or the Immortal X-Men team. Now, as far as the stats goes, I do want to point this out. The bonuses that are listed here, where it's the 15%, 15%, 15, and 15, when you go into the summoned Dark Phoenix form, these stats right here are not accurate. This is actually an extra 30% boost. So the passive that Phoenix gives does apply to Dark Phoenix, which I honestly didn't know. So I wanted to bring that up with you guys. But I'm going to leave it here so that way you guys can actually watch the footage. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this team. I love this team. This is probably my new favorite team in the game right now. It's only a 2-piece. So every year, adding a additional Phoenix Force character, I'm going to really look forward to that. But if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day. All right, for the testing today, we are going against Gideon, and there's some fairly interesting defense that we're going to be going in with today on this one. The Omega Red Phoenix Force is only 2 yellow, 2 red on here. So I do have some tools I want to test out going against some of these defenses. So let's go ahead and start the testing. All right, for the stage 1 test, we have the full Annihilators team. We're going to use Dakin, Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, and then the Phoenix Force. Now, the ISOs aren't really optimal for testing in here because that Thanos Endgame is a striker, but I think it's going to be a good barometer to see how this team can hold up. All right, so right off the bat, let's special with Nightcrawler. That's going to speed us up. So for Old Man Logan, there's going to be like a tiebreaker for the speed between Old Man Logan and the Omega Red Phoenix Force. For this one here, it looks like Old Man Logan's going first. Let's go ahead and special, so we get the flip and the stun on the Gladiator. The Omega Red Phoenix Force, we're going to use the special here. This is going to end up putting Trauma, Bleed, and Ability Block on. Now, it does say does the offense up and then it applies negative effects. And then in Crucible, it reduces the duration. It actually does the reduction before it does the flips and the negative effects and the damage. There you can already see this is a 2-star Omega Red Phoenix Force, and the damage it pumped out is pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and ult with the offense up into the Thanos Endgame. And we got a kill, so we didn't get a chance to get the proc off. All right, let's go ahead and ult into the Silver Surfer. And yeah, that's pretty much game. Very easy matchup here. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. So we have the Phoenix Force. I put Phoenix behind the Black Knight in here. We have a Nightcrawler as a skirmisher, and then we have Apocalypse. It's going to be able to boost us up a little bit. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I want to see if this does anything to this type of team. So the ISO is correct on the Omega Red, but I don't think it's going to matter for this testing. Outside of room 1, I'd prefer to have a striker that we can get a triple tap between him and the Phoenix. So there's some retaliates. And he just deleted our Apocalypse. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and ult. See if we can clear off some of those positive effects. There's the special from Odin. That's fine. Let's see if we can try to take this right now. Let's special. All right, let's make everybody stealth. All right, there goes Phoenix. Passive damage to Captain Britain. Let's go ahead and special. Heals up Omega Red. That didn't do terrible damage. I think if we did a burn attack in here, where you can kill the Captain Britain with that Infinity Watch team, then this can clean this up really easy. So I'm going to test that out on the next one. Try to do a burn and then go in. Alright, so the next room is going to end up being the Orchis team going into stage 3. We're going to use the Cabal team with them. My thinking is Omega Red Phoenix Force is a villain. Being able to get those buffs, it might be something interesting to test out. I didn't want to use the mutant team that we used in stage 1 due to Orchis getting pretty good buffs against mutants. So let's see how this one plays out. Alright, so Scientist Supreme's going to end up doing that ultimate turn 1. Nimrod goes straight into leader. Lady Deathstrike goes. We're still surviving the opening barrage. That's good. That safeguard's definitely helping us out, especially against that Northstar if he gets that ultimate off on us. Alright, so now it's our turn. Let's go ahead and special. And you're going to see what I talk about. So like here, the third line is in Crucible, reduce the duration. And then above it, it does the trauma. I think they need to swap that out. So here you see there's the reduction. Still keeps the taunt on. So we got the trauma ability block. Let's go ahead and special into that Sentinel. Right, let's target Nimrod and special. And yeah, I'm just going to special here. Yeah, very easy kill on this team. Alright, stage 4. This is the Temporal Shielding. We have the Superior 6 with Black Knight. This is usually a fairly difficult team to get through. Again, ISOs aren't optimal against them. I don't think it's really going to matter. We're going to use Nightcrawler with Dakin and Old Man Logan. And then the Phoenix Force team, this should actually walk over it, I think. The Nightcrawler is going to be able to go pretty quick. We get a trauma stun from, at least trauma right off the bat from Old Man Logan. If we need to, we can get the flips from Omega Red Phoenix Force. Yeah, I think this could be pretty quick. Alright, so we're going to go first. Let's go ahead and special with Nightcrawler. That's going to speed us up. Alright, so now it's Omega Red Phoenix Force. Let's go ahead and special into that Black Knight. And I want to see if we can get ahead of that Green Goblin class. Let's target him and let's special. Let's go and throw those negative effects at him. Alright, let's go ahead and special into Black Knight, get the stun on him. Yeah, this is very easy. We're about to get the kill on this team. Alright, for the Spider Society team, usually a Seeker Defenders comp, whether it's with Eternals, Blizzard, Cosmic Ghost Riders, able to kind of go through this. So I want to see how reliable it is, because those teams can have some bad RNG. We're going to do Seer Defenders with the Phoenix Force on here. I think this is going to be pretty easy as well. Probably a lot safer than using the Eternals or some of the other comps. Alright, so there goes the Spider-Man work. All the buffs we have, that's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and do a rewind into the Spider-Man Pavitr. Alright, for Black Cat, let's go ahead and try to get that stun into the Peter B. Parker. And let's go ahead and special with Robbie into the Pav. Alright, here I'm going to target the Penny. Let's go ahead and special so we get the ability block on her and the trauma. We don't have a lot of negative effects. Let's go ahead and just ult into Peter B. Parker. Very good damage there. There's Peter B. Parker goes. There goes Robbie. We're going to be able to ult. Let's basic into the Penny here. Yeah, they're pretty much dead. If I keep going, I can probably wipe them out on accident due to all the bleeds. So very safe counter here. Alright, we are on to the next round of testing, and today we have Duelum that we're going to be testing against. Now, I did upgrade the Omega Red Phoenix Force up to 3 stars now, so we have a little bit more power to really test this character out with. We also have another Odinati team we're going to be going into. I'm going to see if I can try to do the Captain Britain sack into this, and then see how the Phoenix Force can actually handle the follow-up attack on there. So we're going to do some pretty interesting testing today as well. Dulum also has a Mephisto on defense, so we're going to be testing into that. Alright, for stage 1, we have an absolute A-Force, Thanos, Endgame, and Mephisto in here. We're going to go in with our Phoenix Force and Cabal team. The reason I want to do Cabal is because Cabal usually can do fairly well against the Mephisto portion of it. Having the Omega Red Phoenix Force in here as a Raider as well, I want to see if they can kind of get some good damage output. I'm not sure how this is going to end up doing because of that Kahori. I am worried that she's going to be kind of deleting me right off the bat. If she does, I'll just back out and I'll go in with a different team. I might throw like a Black Knight Apocalypse, something of that sort. We'll figure this out. Alright, so the Kahori is going to be taking her turns. First shot going into the Phoenix, second into the Omega Red. That's fine. Alright, so now we have Omega Red's turn. Let's go ahead and stay targeted on the Kahori. We're going to use the special. We were able to get the ability block landed on her. Let's go ahead and use the special from Phoenix so we can try to protect a little bit. Alright, special with the Iron Patriot. Alright, I'm going to target the Kahori and we're going to use the ultimate to do a turn meter rewind here. There goes the Mephisto. That's very impressive already. Let's take out the Kahori. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. There's something. All right, so we are going to use the special. So this Thanos here is a striker, not a raider. So we still have a chance to get a clear on this. Let's go ahead and use the special. Target Medusa, we're going to go ahead and ult. All right, pop that off. We did survive it. We can take out the Medusa. This would end up being a clear. Now, in actual Cosmic Crucible, the Thanos endgame would end up being a Raider. He would basically delete us with the passive shot right there, but this would be a very manageable cleanup. I'm very impressed that you're able to take out an absolute A-Force, Thanos endgame, and Mephisto in stage 1. Let's go ahead and go to another room. For stage 2, we have a lot of interesting moving parts with this team. So we have the Phoenix Force team. And Omega Red's passive makes it to where the enemy can't get Safeguard and we can't get Trauma. So that makes it to where the Gladiator's actually pretty vulnerable right off the bat. So we're able to use Ultimates to use the ultimate, try to get off that taunt, get an early kill on him. We have Black Knight in here to help counter the Super Skrull. And then we have Black Cat in here to remove those revive once on spawn. So this should walk through it, I think. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. Alright, so right off the bat, you see how the Gladiator does not have the Safeguard. So he's going to be very vulnerable for us with this ultimate. Let's go ahead and ult into him. So there we were able to get off the taunt right there. Let's target the Gorr, and we're going to go ahead and use the special. So there's the trauma and ability blocks. So we don't have to worry about his ultimate going into us. And the Super Skrull got killed off already. That was very quick and fast. So let's go ahead and get the trauma stun into the the Silver Surfer there. All right, let's go ahead and target the Dorm. We're going to use the ultimate into him. Hey, very nice. All right, special with the Black Knight into the Gorr. All right, this Retaliate should do some pretty good damage to him. Let's go ahead, target Silver Surfer and ult. There goes the Gladiator. There goes Storm. There goes Gorr. That's pretty much going to end up killing him. So there we did end up losing somebody. That's fine. So here, I don't want to ult because I'm worried I am actually going to end up wiping this out. Realistically, if they do end up surviving, we would end up having Black Knight do another turn. Phoenix is very close to death. She might end up... We might lose another 5 points due to efficiency, due to Phoenix getting killed off here, but this felt pretty good, with all things considered, even though we lost a character there. But I like it. So far, so good. All right, as you see, we were able to take out the Captain Britain on that sec. So we're going to go in with the Phoenix Force. We have Apocalypse in here, Lady Deathstrike, and Nightcrawler. So what I'm thinking is Nightcrawler would get a stun on the Black Panther Shuri. Lady Deathstrike does massive damage, especially next to Apocalypse, to where he gives a boost to the health and the damage. And then we have the Phoenix Force team. So having this work would end up taking an Apocalypse and the Phoenix Force. I think that's not a bad hit on your roster if you can actually get a 2-tap on this. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. All right, so as you see, there's 2 charges currently on Odin. Black Panther Shuri started her turn off. So right now, we just have to survive this opening barrage. All right, so now it's Nightcrawler's turn. Let's go ahead. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to try to get the stun on the Black Panther Shuri, which we landed. That's great. All right, so there we ate the ult by Odin. That's fine. Let's target Odin. We're going to use the ultimate, and we'll use the Falcon Punch going into Odin. So there goes Odin. Let's go towards Black Bolt and Special. Those evades kind of were bad. Let's go ahead and Special. Take those negative effects off of Lady Deathstrike there. So here, I think Lady Deathstrike would actually end up killing them. Let's go ahead and use the Special. I'm going to back out. Yeah, this ended up clearing it. That was pretty impressive, actually. Let's go ahead and back out, and I might try another comp on this. All right, let's go ahead and try this comp out. So what we have here, again, we have the Phoenix Force, we have Lady Deathstrike, Old Man Logan, and Nightcrawler. Again, Nightcrawler is going to provide a stun. That's actually going to speed up the Old Man Logan as well. We have Lady Deathstrike in here for the rewinds, the pure damage, and then the Phoenix Force team. Let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, so Black Panther Shuri doing a basic right into the Omega Red Phoenix Force. That's fine. Hitting the Old Man Logan, that's going to speed him up. Let's go ahead and get a stun out there. Again, let's target the Black Panther Shuri. All right, we're going to use the Special into the Black Bolt. He's about to take his turn. So we got a stun on him. And we're about to eat the ultimate here from Odin. So the unfortunate thing, that is a no revive type of ability. Let's target Hank, and we're going to Special, throw those negative effects back at him. All right, Special. All right, let's take out the Hank Pym. All right, target Odin. We're going to ult. I think this would actually end up killing him. We would end up doing the basic here. Then we have Nightcrawler and Lady Deathstrike going. This would be a victory. So Phoenix Force is pulling its weight going against Odinati after you get rid of the Captain Britain. That's very good information to know. All right, for this testing, we now have our Omega Red Phoenix Force at the 4-4 level. Now, I'm going to try to keep him there. I might jump him up to like a 5-5 depending on the matchup if something goes haywire. That way you can see how much investment we actually need in this Omega Red Phoenix Force. Let's go ahead, do our attacks against T-Dub, and see how this plays out. Okay, test number 3. We're going to try and swap out Ultimus for Lady Deathstrike just because of the raw damage that she does put out there and some control. We're going to keep the Black Knight. Let's switch him over to a Raider, though, because he did get knocked pretty low. He might be able to get a turn off to where he can kind of do a deletion. Apocalypse will keep as a striker. Let's see what happens here. All right, passive shot. First attack. All right, second attack. All right, there goes Mephisto doing an ultimate. There goes the Black Knight, so he didn't do anything again. This is good. Omega Red is a Raider, and he's under 50% health. Did a massive damage to the Pav. Pull those negative effects in, throw them at her. Let's go ahead and ult. All right, there goes the Kahori. There goes Phoenix. She is a Raider, under 50% health. We're going to do a striker hit. All right, there she goes. And this one would end up getting the clear on this. This one is dicey, but it was definitely doable because we special. That's going to kill the Pav. And we have an easy kill into the Ms. Marvel Classic. So good to know. This one here, I think, is a pretty interesting comp that we could end up using here. So we have Nightcrawler, who's going to special turn 1. That's going to speed up the Old Man Logan. We have Phoenix for some extra synergy with Old Man Logan to give that extra health and damage. We have Omega Red Phoenix Force. And then because of the defense downs, we have Kestrel. Let's go ahead and see if this one works. Okay, so right off the bat, we're going to be able to get a stun on here. Let's stun the Gorr so we don't have to worry about him ulting into us. Alright, let's go ahead, target Doctor Strange and special. There we got the trauma ability block on Strange. Alright, let's go ahead, target Ancient One. We're going to ult into her. Because we want to kill her, that way she doesn't start feeding the ability energy to the team. Ooh, and Emma Frost yeeted our Kestrel. Alright, there's an ult from the Shadow King. There goes Phoenix. Alright, so stun on Nightcrawler. He brushed that off. Alright, let's go ahead and ult. Got the ability block back on there. That's good. Let's go ahead and special. All right, this is going to attack everybody. Let's go ahead and ult. And I'm just trying to make sure I don't actually clear them here so we can save the team. All right, that was Old Man Logan. Let's go ahead and special into him. There goes Emma. There was Shadow King. And then we'd end up ulting. This would end up getting the clear. So Nightcrawler, Old Man Logan. We didn't really need the Kestrel there. We could have probably done somebody like a Dakin. I was just trying to see if we can hit into some defense downs, but she got killed off a little bit too quick. Let's go to the next room. For stage 4, we had the Illuminati with a pre-taunt in Zombie Juggernaut. Pretty happy we're going to be able to test this one out. So we have the Phoenix Force, Old Man Logan, Nightcrawler, and Black Knight in here. I'm really curious how this is going to go. Let's see what happens. All right, so fortunately for Nightcrawler, we are going to have to go into the Zombie Juggernaut. All right, so there's the... So we don't get trauma because of Omega Red. That's really good. We are stuck on the Zombie Juggernaut. We're still going to special into him. And we got a stun on Black Knight, so no retaliates. He's off of that at least. Retaliate come in into Zombie Juggernaut. All right, let's go ahead and special with Old Man Logan. All right, so we lost Black Knight. Let's go ahead special into Captain Britain here. Ability to block prom is great. All right, let's go ahead and special into Hank Pym. I want to get him killed off. All right, there goes Zombie Juggernaut. Let's stay the course. Stay on him. All right, so there goes Phoenix. She's going to come back now. Let's go ahead and special. Let's go ahead and ult. That's going to kill the Hank Pym. There goes Britain. Then we're going to have easy kill on Black Panther Shuri and the Black Bolt. So this was able to get a one-shot on here. So Phoenix Force, Nightcrawler, Old Man Logan. Then we did Black Knight. Pretty good team. Okay, so what we're doing here is we took out the Black Knight. We didn't really need those retaliates. We're going to throw APOC in. We're going to go for the Falcon Punch into the Odin. And then from there, we have the rest of the same team in Old Man Logan and Nightcrawler. Let's see how this one goes. All right, let's try to knock the evade off of the Nightcrawler again like last time. Now we get Omega Red's turn. Again, let's go into the Void Knight. All right, let's go ahead and take out the Red Goblin. We don't want to stun the Odin, so we're just going to do the special into Nightcrawler. All right, so there he got killed off. No battlefield effect again. So now APOC can do the Falcon Punch into the Odin. Here's the plan. All right, ult. All right, Falcon Punch going in. Get the assist. Ult. And yeah, let's go ahead and special. And Striker, there it is. One shot on the Odin. Perfect.